I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Howdy doody. What's going on, guys? Your old buddy Yard Boy coming at you today, and unfortunately probably not going to be mowing anything today because, well, I don't know if you can really tell it, but the rain has arrived this morning as the forecaster said it would, and looks like it's going to probably hang around until, let me get you around there out of the shadow, probably going to hang around till about lunchtime, and then maybe a little more tonight, and then even maybe some more in the morning. So I got to thinking, what can we talk about today? Well, you heard me mention earlier, video earlier this week, that I'd had to replace the belt on the Turf Tiger, and that I had originally intended to make a video of that, but I had not. And so I thought, well, maybe we could kind of go back and retroactive, maybe turn back the hands of time and kind of go through that process for you. I wanted to show you the belt that came off of it, to kind of give you an idea of why it needed to be replaced. Let me kind of flip it around here. I actually just realized there were two places that it had a chunk out. You can see right here, that's a there, pretty good chunk out of that belt right there. And then over here, I think this was the one I originally noticed. There wasn't a lot of life left on that belt. So it's been a pretty good while since I've replaced that belt. As I told the dealer, in 10 years, I think this is only the second time I've had to replace that belt on the deck. So what I'm going to do is kind of walk you through the process of changing this belt. It's stupid easy to do, and you only need one tool to do it. Okay, so I'm gonna see if I can set the camera up here, and we'll kind of go through the process of changing out this $95 belt that runs the deck on the Skag Turf Tiger. Even though this is an older, it's a 2013 or 2014 model, the Velocity deck has not changed a whole lot over the years, so this should be pretty routine. Maybe a few differences on newer models, and I'm not sure if it's going to apply to a V-Ride or a Turf or a Tiger Cat that also run the Velocities. I'm not sure if it's the same process as well, because as you know, on the Turf Tiger you have the drive shaft that goes to the gearbox that sits on the deck that ultimately runs all the pulleys. But anyway, we'll set it up here, and who knows what else we'll get into today. All right, so sit tight and let me kind of get this set up for you. Okay guys, the first step before you even get started with this is a little tricky to do this, but it will make the job so much easier, is to make sure you have got the deck, pull your height adjustment out of the deck so that you can drop it all the way to the ground as low as it'll go. And that is going to give you room. Now, the reason I said it's a little tricky is because you need to get this floor pan up, and when you do that, for whatever reason, when this thing was engineered, when the deck pedal is up like that, it doesn't clear the floor pan. You kind of got to give yourself a little room there. All right, I'm gonna let that down so that I can get up. Try not to put any weight on the floor pan. I'm stuck, there we go. All right. And you can lift that floor pan up and it gives you access to the deck. Now, guys, before you get too critical of it, remember, this is a 10-year-old machine, so it's not perfect, it's not spotless. Now, I think I can set the camera right inside of here. Of course, that bar is going to be right in the way. We're going to do this. Yeah, there we go. All right. Now, I said you needed only one tool, and here it is. A 3/8 drive, either ratchet or pull handle. And right here is this idler pulley. Right here. You'll look on the back side of that idler arm. The hole that your 3/8 ratchet fits perfectly in. You walk right here. Maybe I can set it up a little bit better over here. Oh, son, look here. All right. And you can get that ratchet right in that hole. And that gives you I'll get it going the right way. There you go. That gives you something to pull. Now what I do is I got a little cheater bar. I don't know what this is from. So don't ask me where I got it. It's not hard to find a piece of pipe that you can fit. I won't knock my light off. Right over that ratchet. And you can pull. And when you pull, that takes that tension off of that belt enough. Now I'm not going to pull it all the way, but you get the idea. All right, that gives you the tension you need to pull that idler around to be able to get that belt off. And let me give you one little piece of advice at what I did. And do this. Now, fortunately mine didn't break. Okay, take your phone before you start this project and take a picture of how that belt is routed. And I'll give you another little free tip from your old buddy Yard Boy. There's always, I don't know what kind of phone everybody's got. Google Drive is what I have because I have Android phones. Go into your Google Drive or whatever cloud-based storage you have, or just on your phone, but I don't recommend that. I recommend cloud-based storage so that if you ever change phones, you don't lose all this stuff. Make you a folder. Like I have a folder in my Google Drive. I have one folder that's Yard Boy. And then inside of that folder, there is a folder for equipment. Inside of that folder is another folder for the Turf Tiger. And what I have done is I've gone through and I've made pictures of like all of my serial numbers for both the machine and the engine. Remember, you have a different serial number for the machine, you have a serial number for the engine. That way, if you're at the dealer and you need a part, boom, you've got it right there at your fingertips. And you're gonna say, oh, hold on, I gotta go out here and I gotta wipe all this dust off of it. Well, you got it, okay? But in that folder, I also have pictures of how belts are routed. I have pictures of filters and spark plugs, you know, parts that have the part number with them, so that I can quickly reference that if I need it. Tires, I've got a picture of the tire with the tire size on it. You know, I don't think I'm ever going to completely destroy a tire to the point that I can't see that. But just little things that will help you along the way that you don't think about until you got to have it. All right, same thing with my blowers, my trimmers, you know, serial numbers. I don't know if I've ever mentioned this before or not, but I had a blower stolen off of my trailer 4 or 5 years ago, and luckily I had all the serial numbers and everything, and the police tracked it down. Like within 72 hours, they ran it through the database and found where crackhead had pawned it off at a pawn shop for $100, and I got it back, and he went to jail. So just some tips today to kind of help you out, and I thought I would do that with that belt and show you how stupid simple that is to change out. It's so easy, and that goes to the testament of the engineers at Skag and whatever you want to call them, Metalcraft, when they build these machines to work on them. So, all right, that being done, let me see what else I can get us into today to fill a little time on this rainy day that we're not going to get to mow and going to get behind. All right, sit tight. All right, guys, so on a rainy day, would it be easy for me to just stay in the bed and sleep a little longer? You bet you it would. All right, as I'm sitting there, I don't know if y'all can hear the rain on this tin roof. But I've got my little lounge chair here in the shop where I come in the afternoons and transfer. I sit down there and just kind of catch my breath, collect my thoughts for the day. If I've got video footage, I'll sit there and download it from the GoPro to my phone that I use to edit with, and get everything ready. Sometimes I might even sit here and get the video produced before I head out to the house. But yeah, it'd be real easy to sit here and just take a little snooze and turn the fan on and just be lazy today. But it's what you do with your downtime that makes you productive in the busy time. And these are the kind of days where you do the little menial tasks that don't take long, but dadgummit, you just don't want to do them. And what I'm going to do here, I think you've seen me actually do this before a couple of years ago, but it's worth repeating. That just taking a few minutes today doing this little task can save you time out in the field, because this is one of these things that in this industry you have to do it. In my case, usually daily I have to do it, at least once a day. But and before I get into this, I'm gonna go ahead and preface this by saying I don't care what you think about where these particular products come from. I don't care. I don't care. Am I gonna get out here and am I getting compensated to do this? Absolutely not. I use what works for me, what I have found over the years saves me time and makes me more productive. And if it costs a little bit more to do that, or if somebody makes a little money off of that, so be it. So be it. All right. So that being said, for about a year, I have been using the pre-cut ready rolls of Trimmerline. I hear it. Oh, here he goes again. I don't care. All right. Admittedly, the first time I ordered them, I got the blue Trimmerline that was a little bit smaller than this. I believe this is 105 and the blue is the 095. Somebody can correct me on that if I'm mistaken. Pretty sure this is the 105 line. And after using this for, I don't know, close to a month now, it is lasting longer than the 095 did. And then these are just spools that go into the trimmer, the Stihl 25-2 auto cut. Why don't you use the speed feed? Again, if you like the speed feed, good for you. I don't hate you. I'm not going to cancel you over it. I'm not going to write you some big long wordy comment or email about why my way is better than yours and your way sucks and you're stupid. And no, this works for me, and I'll show you why here in a moment. Okay, so what I will do on a rainy day like this is I will just go ahead and I will get me a few of these. Don't mind all my junk and my mess over there. Is I will get a few of these ready to go. And of course I got to cut this little ribbon off of it that's got it held together. And you're just going to have to take my word for it, because I'm not going to set the camera up to do this. But I go ahead and, because you have to cut this in half, or I do. You may not have to, but I do. Well, if you use the speed feed, you wouldn't have to do that. Shut up. Alright, so I'm going to pull it out here. Equal lengths, and then cut it in half. And let's go ahead and set that up there. And then for those of you that have never had the pleasure of reloading a 25-2 auto cut spool, a little bit of advice. Start what looks like the top, but actually I guess it would be the bottom. Start with this one first. And there's a little notch in there. And guys, I know some of you watching this are old pros. You're like, why do we need to see this? I'm gonna tell you something. I've got young kids that watch this channel, like middle school kids. And this is something that they're interested in doing for a living. And if this is something they can watch that keeps them off of the street and not out here in trouble and getting mixed up with drugs, then I want to help them. This may be something they'll sit and watch. And you go ahead and you reload that thing, and you start with the other one. And in case you're a little bit directionally challenged, it will show you there's arrows on the bottom of this, show you which way to wind it. You won't keep that tight. You don't want any slack in it. All right. So once I've fed it into that, come back with it. Wind that up there. Boom. Put it in that notch. I probably could have gone around one more pass with each one, but I'm just going to cut that little extra off of there, and I'm going to show you why here in a moment. All right. Let's take a little walk. And I've got 5 of these right here. You can tell it, it's not a hard rain yet, but there is hard rain coming. And let's walk over here to where the trimmer is hanging on the side of the trailer. And as you'll see, flip this up here. I've already got one loaded here, but here's another one of those little products, and I like them. And I usually buy 3 or 4 at a time because this plastic's kind of thin, and I typically get about a season out of it. But your spool, and I'm gonna tell you what breaks. What breaks is these tabs right here, and I'm gonna show you. They break off after time. With that spring in there, y'all hear that thunder? You just push that little jewel down there on that, in that spring, and twist it around, and boom, you've got you a preloaded, and I should have cut that off. Matter of fact, this right here, I want y'all to take note of this. See how that has come out of that? That's probably because I've hit a tree limb or something with it. Knock that out of there. I need to trim that off. Do that while we're here, or I'll forget it. Now, come on, fair. You can't stay on there. Forbid it. All right. Probably cut it too short there. So, what that does is when you're out in the middle of a yard and you run out of line, and yeah, I like to run my line out there. I am part of the no guard gang, buddy. Take that guard off. Still, if you're watching this, pay no attention to that. Anyway, so when you run out of trimmer line in the backyard, as far away from the truck as you can get, you can just pop that off, take your empty one, take this one, pop it in, and take your empty one and put it back here, so that when you get back to the truck, I will have these 5 spools laid up here in my basket. Don't judge my basket and how junky it is, it works. And I'll just put the replacement on there, and at some point we'll reload the empty, lather, rinse, repeat. Ha ha! Ha! All right, so that's just a few of the things that you can do on a rainy day when you can't get out here and mow. And you know, value your time, even if this is just, as you know, this video here is going to be maybe 10 minutes long, if that. Probably already gone too long with it. And hey, that's 10 minutes that you don't have to worry about when it's hot and muggy and you're in a hurry, because 10 minutes can be the difference in getting another yard trimmed up and ready to go. All right, appreciate you guys stopping by today. If you have not done so, let me get that around there. Leave me a big old thumbs up there on the video, and if you haven't done so, can't imagine why. I mean, really, why would you not go ahead and subscribe to the channel and ring that notify bell so that you'll know when there's new content on the channel, as more Thunder Boomers move in. And for all things Yard Boy, the portal to the Yard Boy universe, head over to www.theyardboy.net. Hi! Y'all keep them straight out there now, you hear? See you later.
Howdy doody.